Chapter 3 Hygienic Food. We already know about the various types of food that we eat, the types of clothes we wear according to the season, and how to take care of the body. Let's know the importance of keeping our food clean. As we grow, our requirement of the food also changes. For doing more work, we need more strength, and we can get strength by eating different kinds of food. We need to ensure that whatever food we are consuming is neat and clean. By eating contaminated food, we can fall sick. Why and how does food get polluted? The food gets polluted because of the following reasons. 1. If the cereals and other food materials used are not clean. 2. Food which is kept uncovered gets contaminated by the dust collecting over it. 3. If the food has become stale. 4. If the plates and spoons used are not clean. 5. If the food is handled with dirty hands. 6. If the place where our food is kept is dirty, flies sit on it and makes it contaminated. If we eat polluted food, we suffer from diseases like food poisoning, dysentery, vomiting, typhoid, etc. In order to avoid these diseases, the food should be handled safely. Before cooking, also we need to take care of the food. As soon as we bring in the cereals, the food materials, vegetables and fruits from the market, we should make proper arrangements to keep them safe. We should use the following methods to keep our food safe. First, winnowing. Cereals and pulses like rice, wheat, jowar, bajra, green peas, moong are taken in a sifting pan and winnowed, so that materials like grass, sticks and husk are separated from it. Second, picking. Many a times there are small stones and pebbles in our grain, so they must be picked properly and removed from the grain and discarded. Just as the grains are picked and cleaned, in the same way the vegetables should be cleaned, especially the green vegetables. All the unnecessary parts should be removed and thrown out. Third, sieving. Certain food items which we bring from the market should be sieved thoroughly. Wheat flour, gram flour, also known as besan, powdered sugar, maida, semolina, poha, all these things should be sieved before using them. Fourth, washing. Most of the cereals, pulses, dals, vegetables and fruits should be washed before using them, so that the dust, small insects, etc. gets washed away. Only wheat, jawar, bajra or similar cereals cannot be washed before using them. So, we should be more careful in cleaning them. Fifth, storing. Many times we bring food items in large quantities. So, it becomes necessary to store them properly. Sometimes dals and cereals appear a little moist. They should be exposed to the sun and dried so that the fungus does not attack them. Add some boric powder in the tin in which the rice is kept. We should keep most of the food material dry and store it in an airy place. We should use airtight lids for the storage purpose. Sixth, preparation before cooking. The place where we cook food should always be neat and clean. Even the spoons and the utensils should be clean. There should be sufficient light in the kitchen. We should first wash our hands and then start cooking. Now, let us learn how to handle cooked food safely. Care should be taken to keep cooked food in a proper place like: first, we should always remove cooked food in a clean utensil, using a clean spoon, and keep it in a well-lit place. Second, before covering the cooked food, which is hot, we should first cool it by placing a half lid to cover it. If milk is hot, then we should put a mesh lid to cover it. When the food has cooled, we should cover it totally so that the dust and the flies do not settle over it. Third, we should not allow sunlight to fall directly on the food. The method of keeping the food should change according to the change of the seasons. During summer season, cooked food should be kept in cold water in a large vessel or in the refrigerator. Fourth, the cooked food should not be kept for a long time. It should be eaten as soon as possible. However, if food is left over, it should be kept in an airtight box or covered well. While handling or having the cooked food, our hands should be clean. We should eat our food in a clean place where there is sufficient light. After finishing our meal, we should clean the place properly. Let us now learn about the other factors of keeping food safe. They are: 1. Cleanliness of the house and the kitchen. Our home, especially the kitchen, must be kept neat and clean. It usually becomes oily in and around the stove, so it should be cleaned regularly. Regular dusting of the house and kitchen should be done. 2. Controlling cockroaches, rats, etc. Cockroaches, ants, small insects, and rats are a threat to the various food items. They spoil the food items, and proper steps like pest control should be taken to control them. 3. disposal of the garbage. Wet garbage means waste food materials. If wet garbage begins to rot, it stinks and attracts insects and germs. So, it is very important that the garbage from the house, especially the wet garbage, is disposed of daily. Let's do some exercise. Each statement given below has two reasons. Put a tick mark against the correct reason. 1. The food which we eat daily should be clean and safe because A. It increases our hunger. B. It keeps us away from diseases. B. It keeps us away from diseases. 2. We should not eat stale food because A. It is polluted. B. It is cold. A. It is polluted. 3. Wheat, bajra, jowar should be cleaned more carefully because A. We cannot wash these cereals. B. These cereals are taken to the flour mill for grinding. B. These cereals are taken to the flour mill for grinding. 4. The place around the gas stove should be cleaned regularly because A. That part remains open. B. That part gets very oily during cooking. B. That part gets very oily during cooking. 5. Wet garbage endangers the safety of food because A. It dries up fast. B. Insects and germs grow rapidly on it. B. Insects and germs grow rapidly on it. Second, give 3 reasons how the food gets polluted. The 3 reasons by which the food gets polluted are: first, if the food is kept uncovered and the flies sit on it. Second, if the place where the food is kept is dirty. Third, if we touch the food with dirty hands. Third, answer in one sentence. 1. Why should we winnow food grains? We should winnow the food grains so that the grass, husk and sticks are separated from it. 2. How should we keep cooked food during summer? During the summer season, the cooked food should be kept in cold water in a large vessel or in the refrigerator. 3. Why should we wash pulses, fruits and vegetables before using them? We should wash pulses, fruits and vegetables before using them so that the small insects and dust gets washed away. 4. Why should we cover our food? We should cover our food so that the flies do not sit on them. 5. Why should we keep a control over cockroaches and rats in the house? We should keep a control over the cockroaches and rats in the house because they spread diseases.